Selena Gomez surprises everyone and is a cover girl and gives a huge interview. We got to talk about this, but before we get into it, hello, my name is Sebastian and I spill pop culture tea videos every single day. So if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. You guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new, the whole vibe on my channel is like we're on a FaceTime call, and I am so grateful and thankful to keep you guys company. Also, you guys are on nipple alert. By the way, best friend, a taxi driver today, he literally was flirting with me, and I was in the front seat, and I was just like, we're like looking at each other, and he was like looking at me, and so I'm just like, oh my god, what's happening? My husband is in the back seat, and I'm just like, girl, what is going on? And I was just like, okay, girl, what is happening? And my mom was also in the back seat, and I was like, oh my lord, what is happening? And he just kept looking at my legs, and I'm just like, oh my god, this man. And then I noticed, best friend, that I wore this glittery body oil thing, so my legs were shining like JoJo Siwa, and I think that's what he was looking at. But in my mind, I was like, oh my god, what's happening? But yeah, I think he was just looking at my legs because it literally looked like glitter exploded on my legs because with the sun and stuff. Just yeah. Anyways, girl, how are you? As you guys can see, bitch, it's just a big mess here. How are you guys? I hope everything is good. I hope you guys are having a fabulous day. If you're feeling a little bit low, if you're feeling a little bit lonely, or if you just want some company, make sure to hit that subscribe. And yeah, best friend, listen, if you guys want that glitter recipe, let me know in the comments below because it's homemade, honey, and I do it myself. Anywho, but don't put too much because then you'll be shining like a crazy person at 10 a.m. Okay, so Selena Gomez just graced the cover of Allure. And guess what, best friend? Allure commented on my video. That's right, girl. I'm so excited. So everything started last night. Okay, check this out. And then this is like the events that led to now. Check this out. Selena Gomez will officially be on the cover of Allure's Best of Beauty cover that is going live tomorrow. They write, get ready for something really special. Our Best of Beauty cover goes live tomorrow at 8 a.m. Can you guess who it is? Hint, this one is a rare treat. Now, who do you think it's gonna be? First of all, the hair is back in, girl. The extensions are extensioning, okay? This is giving very much mirror, mirror on the wall. Who has the best-selling celebrity makeup brand of them all? It is you, Selena Gomez. It is you. That's right, girl. I'm so excited to see this. So at 8 a.m., I will be reporting. I will be showing you guys all the pictures. And if this is not Selena Gomez, Allure, honey, I don't know what you are doing, boo, but I'm sure it's Selena. But are you guys excited? I'm sure the interview is going to be so amazing. I hope she spills some tea on the wedding. And yeah, I'm excited. The long hair is back. The poses are going to be iconic. What do you all think? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to hit that follow for more tea. Good morning, Allure magazine. And hello, Miss Selena Gomez. That's right, girl. Selena Gomez is officially on the cover of Best of Beauty in Allure magazine. And Allure commented, we can't wait for your thoughts on the cover. Do you want to know my thoughts? Do you want to know my thoughts? And I will always love you. Girl, let me tell you something. If this Allure, okay, if I was Rose and Allure magazine on the cover of, Selena Gomez on the cover of Allure magazine was Jack, I will make sure that I had enough room on that damn door and we will both survive and our hearts will definitely go on and nobody will sink like the damn Titanic. How about that? For this magazine, I will give it the last brown bread from the Cheesecake Factory. How about that? Those are my thoughts on this cover. It is gorgeous. It is timeless. It is rarely Allure. That didn't make sense. But it's fabulous. It is perfection. I mean, look at these pictures. Look at the hair. Look at the body, yaddy, yaddy. Look at the fashion. Hello? And I love this quote. I finally feel like I'm in a place where I don't need to be apologetic for every single thing I do. That is right, Miss Gomez. That is right. Allure magazine, you did that, girl. Selena Gomez, you've been doing that, girl. Absolutely flawless. I cannot wait to get my hands on this magazine. All right, best friend. So first we announced it, right? Was I in the team meeting? So it was first announced, I made a TikTok, then they commented, made another TikTok, and now it's out. And the pictures are absolutely stunning. She looks so confident, she looks so beautiful. And can I just say something? I've seen a lot of comments basically say like, oh, she's lost weight, so she's more confident. She's skinnier, so she's more confident. You know, I'll tell you this. A lot of people have an issue with her losing weight. And I just have to say, and I'm gonna be so for real, I've been fat my whole life. You know, I've gone up to 300 pounds in the pandemic. I'm down, I'm at like 220, I vary. I go from like 220 to 230 like this. It's like a freaking roller coaster. I never can go below 220. But I was at over 300 pounds, so I've lost some weight, and I have to say, like, everyone's body is different. Some people are more confident at a heavier, number. Some people are more confident at a skinnier level. I think we should just be a little bit mindful that everybody's body is different, and that we can just worry about our bodies. Like, the one thing I've learned this past week with everything that we're going through is that we just gotta maintain ourselves. And it is so difficult to try to maintain other people because, girl, it's just never gonna happen, okay, honey? So as long as you're good with you and we're trying to we're just trying to survive out here, girl, okay? So let people be with their bodies. And if she feels more confident now that she got all her medications in order and that she's at a weight that she feels confident, then let the bitch live, okay? But she also did a very long interview, best friend, that I think we should read together. So I want you to get comfortable because this is going to be a long read, okay? So do you guys remember in class and back in school when the teacher would just read and read and read and read and you would just kind of like snuggle there in your desk? Well, that's this. So I want you to grab a snack and a drink because we're about to read a lot, girl. Check this out. Let's start reading. All right, best friend. So before I get to reading, just little reminder, honey, you guys know that I do have dyslexia and sometimes the words are not pronounced correctly. So I do want to apologize from the very now. It's a very long article, so I might get a little bit confused. Words might jump around, but I will try to do my very best so it can be an enjoyable read. So let's get the reading. All right, best friends, so let's dive into this article, shall we? So, it is a long one, so get comfortable. It says, on a nondescript kitchen counter in a nondescript office building on the outskirts of Los Angeles sits a two-tiered cake covered almost entirely in glitter. Lip glosses, real ones, are lined up like tiny soldiers along the upper tier as if guarding the perimeter. A handwritten note propped up at the base of the cake reads in all caps, "Do not touch," unless of course you're Selena. In just a few hours, Gomez will preside over the cutting of the cake during an office-wide celebration of Rare Beauty's Positive Light Luminizing Lip Gloss. On the day it hits shelves at Sephora, Rare Beauty is just a few months shy of its 5th anniversary. So this I can tell was an older interview. This was, a couple months ago. But this is the first lip gloss, which is equivalent to a stationery company waiting 5 years to launch envelopes. All right, but Rare Beauty and its founder didn't get this far by following the typical celebrity beauty brand playbook. Gomez launched the brand in the fall of 2020 and marked the occasion with an Allure cover, for which she did her own makeup, using Rare Beauty products, obviously. Because of pandemic era safety precautions, quote, "I was a little stressed," she told Allure. "I was definitely proud to be wearing my brand. I was just like, I hope I did this right." Now it says, a chronic illness advocate's entire routine from waking up to hosting to chronic convo. Like most things Gomez has done with Rare Beauty, she did everything right. In the 5 years since, she has cultivated a brand that is centered more on product innovation and community building than its celebrity founder. Although millions of fans who hang on Gomez's every word have probably helped a little. Today's festivities are also something of a homecoming party for Gomez, who has been in New York for 4 months filming season 5 of Only Murders in the Building, the hit Hulu show that stars alongside Steve Martin and Martin Short. Quote, "I'm sorry that I decided to be an actor and singer now," Gomez later tells the crowd of employees who have gathered in the company kitchen, "because I wish all of my time could be here." For anyone under the age of 30, it's probably hard to remember a time when Selena Gomez wasn't on your screen or in your earbuds. Gomez, now 33, was born in Grand Prairie, Texas, and landed a spot on Barney and Friends at age 10. But her big break was at 14 when Disney came calling and she was cast in the Teen Wizard as the teen wizard Alex Russo in Wizards of Waverly Place. The show ran for 4 seasons. Gomez was 19 when the final episode aired. Since then, Gomez has released chart-topping songs like Can't See Myself and Lose You to Love Me, and taken her acting talents to bigger screens in films like Spring Breakers and, more recently, Emilia Perez. She earned a Golden Globe nomination for the movie the same year she received her 3rd nomination for Only Murders in the Building. Through it all, she's never tried to bury her Disney Channel roots. Quote, "I was in these crucial years of my brain developing." She recalls of her time on Wizards, and of all those people that are on the show with us have grown and evolved. And I want them to be in my life. I think that's why I always go back. Then it says, by going back, Gomez means appear as a guest star on the recent reboot, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place, for which she also serves as an executive producer. Quote, "I genuinely feel like I owe a big part of my life to that show. It's a home, it's safe, and my sister just gets a kick out of it. So half the reason I'm doing it is for her." Gomez's sister, Gracie, is a preteen. So I have to ask, is she like seemingly every 12-year-old on the planet these days, already into makeup and skincare? Quote, "She's majorly into beauty," says Gomez, though she isn't allowed to wear anything outside the house, other than a little blush and lip gloss. That's it. But she's able to have fun. And trust me, when she's here at the office, I can't get her out of the product closet. Gomez continues, "My favorite part about her, though, is that she wants nothing to do with my other job. I was so worried when I had a sister. I didn't want anything to cloud her vision. But she's such a kid being a kid. I didn't get to do that. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but I'm saying that I'm glad that she has a bit of a childhood." Gomez and her mother have gone to great lengths to make this is a long thing I'm reading, so my dyslexia sometimes gets the best of me. Okay, where was I? Gomez and her mother have gone to great lengths to make that possible for Gracie, including shielding her from social media, the perils of which Gomez knows all too well. Around 2021, she took a 3-year break from Instagram because she says, quote, "I find it to be very icky." She still takes social media breaks now and then. At the time of our meeting, Allure is saying, for example, she'd been off Instagram for about 3 weeks. Her team keeps the account active in her place, posting pre-approved messages and promos for projects. Quote, "I want to feel content in whatever position I'm at in my life, and I want to be present. Taking a break from social media helps to do that for me. I'm sorry that I decided to be an actor and a singer now." They're repeating that. The difference now is that Gomez doesn't feel the need to announce when her break starts and ends, or anything else, for that matter, to the world. "I finally feel like I'm in a place where I don't need to be apologetic for every single thing I do," she says. Of course, Gomez also acknowledges that having the means to connect with more than 418 million people is a mass privilege. As of writing this, she's the 3rd most followed person on Instagram, Allure announces, right behind Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. But for now, she says, "I like that I'm a little unaware of things happening, and that I'm not so blinded by all the fakeness of it." She gets updates from her friends and family the old-fashioned way, by talking to them. Gomez has fewer relationships now. She says, "But they are a higher quality. My group has gotten a lot smaller the older I've gotten." Oh, girl, me too. She says, "I try to make people feel seen, or they don't feel what people say crazy is." Girl, what? One of the loudest and proudest members of that group is Benny Blanco. Benny Blanco, Gomez's music producer and fiance. The pair have been together since 2023, but they met when Gomez was just 16 and navigating her first record deal. Fast forward 17 years later, and the couple have released an album together, I Said I Love You First, which celebrates their love story. Is she glad their relationship began when it did and not, say, 5 to 10 years ago? She answers, definitely. I don't think I would have been remotely mature enough. It's weird to think that only 5 years ago I wouldn't have been in the right place, but I've learned so many lessons since then that led me to being the best partner I could be for Benny, and I believe the same with him. She adds, he'll say, gosh, why did we waste so much time? And I always say, you wouldn't have liked me back then. I was all over the place. Damn, that's so deep, bitch. Seriously. Fortunately, Blanco seems to really, really like Gomez now, and she him. Quote, I appreciate his heart, his kindness, his quirks, she says, smiling to herself as her voice trails off. He's one of the most grounding people in my life, and he makes me feel very normal. And at this point, I feel moved to tell her that the entire Allure team is in awe of Blanco's toenail art, says Allure, which has in the past involved turning his big toes into realistic-looking eyeballs, complete with lashes, or having all 5 toes painted like mini Persian rugs, including fringe. Quote, yeah, he just did one with bows all over each toe, says Gomez. I always ask him, does that not hurt? She also says, I've dealt with a lot of weight issues in my life, and that's something I'm very sensitive to. As the couple prepares to move into a new home in Beverly Hills, which will include an office so Gomez can work on Rare Beauty without needing to commute, she also appreciates that Blanco shares her taste in interior design and manages to find, quote, way cooler home stuff than she does. That's the fun part of creating a life with somebody, says Gomez. Being able to pull inspiration and combine your view with theirs. Much of her own inspiration comes from scrolling through Pinterest. Quote, I have all my folders of inspiration for the wedding, for cooking, for style, she says. And there it is, the W word. While she doesn't want to talk about it, at the time of the interview, Gomez says she and Blanco are simply not sure what route we're going to take, wedding-wise. It does seem very clear, though, that Gomez, a longtime makeup artist, Young Van Gogh, will be a part of the festivities. If I find a makeup look I like on Pinterest, I lean into that, and then I'll suggest it from Hung. I'll get a suggestion from Hung, shout out to Hung, and combine it all, she explains. It's a process. Speaking of creating new combinations, Gomez tells Allure that it was really fun testing lab samples and experimenting with different notes while creating her brand's first fragrance, called Fittingly Rare. The final blend has notes of pistachio, caramel, pink pepper, vanilla, and ginger. The fragrance packaging, like all the products in the Rare Beauty line, was designed with accessibility in mind. Instead of a removable cap, the new scent is dispensed via a wide button that can easily be switched from a locked to unlocked position, then gently pushed to trigger a spritz. Quote, I deal with a lot of dexterity issues myself, and it can get frustrating, says Gomez as she thumbs the tab on her Diet Coke. Quote, even just popping open a can hurt. I know what that feels like. In 2013, Gomez was diagnosed with lupus, an autoimmune disease that causes pain and inflammation throughout the body. At the time, she was on tour and had to cancel the remaining stops to seek treatment, including chemotherapy. 4 years later, she had to undergo a kidney transplant due to the disease. Lupus is a chronic condition with no known cure, but Gomez is currently in remission. Though flare-ups are still possible, it is painful scene that appears in her 2022 documentary, My Mind and Me. Gomez says, when I wake up, I immediately start crying because it hurts like everything. The film also captures Gomez's road to being diagnosed as bipolar after a period of psychosis that led to treatment at a mental health care facility. She tells Rolling Stone that she'd been to 4 such facilities, and of the course of her 20s, that in the same interview she revealed that she almost didn't sign off the release of the documentary. Today, she's grateful she did. I'm very glad it came out, but that's not necessarily who I am now. To be honest, I can't watch it, but it's only because I'm not there anymore. Gomez refers to the film as a time capsule, one that she hopes helps people understand or be willing to figure out what's going on with themselves by watching her do the same in real time. Quote, that really dark thought, I thought that. Those really high highs, I've had those, she says. I try to make people feel seen, or they don't feel what people say crazy is. Today, Gomez tends to her own mental health through dialectical behavior therapy, which the Cleveland Clinic characterizes as a form of talk therapy focused on helping people accept the reality of their lives and their behaviors, as well as helping them learn to change. She describes it as peeling away layers and connecting the dots. Quote, I got stung by a person saying I was fat. Why is that emotion coming up? Gomez recalls, demonstrating the sort of dialogue she has with herself when a bad feeling arises. By the way, that's not hypothetical example. Gomez says comments about her body have always been particularly triggering. I've dealt with a lot of weight issues in my life, and that's something I'm very sensitive to. It was DBT, she says, that gave her the tools to unpack why. Oh, now I understand. That's stemming from the one time when I was going through some medical stuff and I had gained weight. Some therapists even provide a little card you can pull out when you feel a certain type of emotion with questions to help guide you through understanding it. You just definitely have to be willing to do the work, and that can be tricky. Gomez is, of course, no stranger to doing the work in all facets of her career, including her beauty brand. Quote, I'm going to be in this moment, and who knows, in a couple of years, I could be done, and that's fine. I just need to make sure that while I'm here, I do the best I can. That means trying to give each other these projects, whether it's film, music, anything, my undivided attention. But I'll always go back to Rare and the fund because that's something I deeply care about. She's speaking of the Rare Impact Fund. Rare Beauty funnels 1% of gross sales into philanthropic arm, which allocates the money to nonprofits that provide mental health, education, and resources to young people. And at the rate the brand is growing, early last year, Business and Fashion reported it had exceeded $400 million in net sales in the previous 12 months. The fund is well on its way to reaching its goal of mobilizing $100 million to its partner organizations. Quote, we're like this little engine that could, says Gomez of her brand, as she sites cross-legged on a couch in the office wrapped in a peachy pink blanket, and we're still going. That afternoon, as she addresses her team, Rare Beauty has grown to 170 employees and says thank you for their hard work. She tells them never to hesitate to speak up if they're uncomfortable. I want all of you to feel good. In this new season of life, that's what Gomez wants for herself too. Quote, I want to keep evolving and getting better in every area of my life, and I want to experience everything. So it's important for me to keep myself in check. I'm so stoked that when an emotion pops up, I'm able to acknowledge it and be a part of it and let it go. All right, best friends. So I am so proud of Selena. I do think she's hinting at her stepping away from Rare Beauty, which will break my heart. But I also feel like I think she also wants to be a mom, you know, and I think maybe adoption is in her future. So I do think that maybe she's gonna focus on that, and acting and singing and Rare Beauty might be just a little bit too much for her. So if she does step away a little bit from Rare Beauty, I'm sure it's gonna be amazing. But for now, it's her baby, and I'm so proud of her. She looks so stunning, and I just can't wait to get my hands on this magazine. As soon as I get back home, I'm gonna get this magazine. But anywho, I think that she might be the coolest boss ever. Do you know what I mean? I really do. I feel like if you work at Rare Beauty, like, it's amazing. I just saw a video of a girl who did her internship over the summer in Rare Beauty, and she says that this has been the best experience of her life. That everybody was so kind, that everyone was so sweet, that Selena was amazing in person, that you feel seen, you feel heard, you feel respected, your job is, like, you know, celebrated. Like, it just feels like a freaking hug. Like, if I think about working at the Rare Beauty offices, I feel like it's just a big ass hug. You know what I mean? So anyways, I love you, Selena. I'm so proud of you. I'm so in awe of you, of your strength, speaking so freely about your bipolar, about your lupus, just about everything that you've gone through, and coming out of it as a survivor is so incredible. It's so inspiring, and it just really does make you understand that if you are going through a very strong, difficult, hard time, that you can turn it around, and that that's not going to be your reality all the time. It's going to be beautiful for you, and it can turn around, and that the sun will come out, and that you will be in a happier place. And of that, I am 1000% sure. So Selena, we love you. I'm so proud of you. Go ahead and support Allure's magazine, and I'm just so excited for what's next for Selena. So I love you all, and I'll see you on the next one. And I'm hopefully the reading was okay, because you guys know I have dyslexia. So sometimes the reading is a little bit like this. So I'm sorry, girl. But anywho, if you're still here, drop a blue heart down below. And remember that you are worthy of a beautiful life. And I love you very much.